Good evening and welcome to the Sunshine State and the birthplace of NASCAR, Daytona Beach, Florida, from the world center of racing, the Daytona International Speedway. It's the Daytona 300. Since 1959, a driver's career can be made or shattered. This 2.5 mile tri-oval has served as a proving ground for some of the greatest names in racing. 31 degrees of banking in the turns, and speeds of around 200 miles per hour on the straights. Drafting is a big key here if you want to stay with the pack and master Daytona in the National Sim Racing League. Good evening, everyone. Marty Sakala with you on the call, and we are absolutely glad you could join us for competition today. We've got 24 drivers in hand tonight, ready to take the field for an incredible 120-lap show. Stages are 30 laps each for stages 1 and 2 until stage 3 when we hit 60 laps. I'd like to welcome all of you watching live on twitch.tv/Marty Sakala and the National Sim Racing League Facebook page. Of course, you can head to our website at nationalsimracing.com for more info on that. Getting ready to go, just under a minute away from the green flag. Been a fun speed week so far, or speed 3 weeks, if you want to say that at least. And let's recap what has happened for you. At the Clash on the Daytona road course, Justin Cope took home the win. Alan Crowell won the pole for the Daytona 300 and also won the 150 duel on Wednesday night back on August 4th. Well, it is a new day. Points are counted. First race of the season. It is make it or break it. Absolute big opportunity where these drivers will duke at it for 120 laps and to see who will become Daytona 300 champion. I'd like to thank all of our sponsors for joining us this season on the National Sim Racing League. Our newest sponsors joining us, Butt Kicker and Elevated Outdoors. Also want to give shout-outs to Affordable SEO and Marketing, Autopilot Solar Solutions, Full Send Graphics, and Speed Demon Setups. Let's meet the field for tonight. Here's how they will line up. Alan Crowell and Mark Cook locked their times in via the front row. Mark Sikochi and Warren Young in row number 2. Aaron Manfredonia, Briggs Swope in row number 3. Daniel Menzies, Justin Cope in row 4. Paul Smeraldo, Kyle Milliken round out the top 10. Row 6, Jeremy Edwards and Jimmy Barr. As we look at the rest of the grid, here's how they will line up. Justin Diltz, Brian Wiggins, Kyle Hanna, Nicholas Wilson, Ed Fowler, Josh Aaron, Jeffrey Oakes, James Miller, Christopher Lynn, Tyler Isley, Tom Parra, James Kruger, and Kayla McCarthy. 25 drivers in the starting field for tonight. And we've got a fun one on hand. Let's give you the weather for tonight's race. 72 degrees the air temp. 109 degrees is the track temp. Will mean for a slick and smooth surface. Drivers will be racing around here. With the next gen as well, keep in mind high downforce in the draft, and that will mean low line likely here for this event. But some drivers could get the high groove to work. A lot similar to what we've seen back in the 2013-2014 version of the Daytona 500. Bunch of rookies on the front row for this one. And Alan Crowell, Mark Cook lining up next to him. A lot of recruits that have joined in. Bigger field than in the previously known old school league. One of the biggest fields that founder Mark Sikozi has been able to gather. So just an update unofficially, it is 21 drivers that will take the green tonight. The World Center of Racing, super speedway style, 200 miles an hour, pack racing in the next gens. It will be a fun one as the drivers come off turn number 4. We'll say it every night on iRacing until they tell us not to and tell us to kick off the season right. Race fans, strap in and hold on tight because these men and women are about to turn them loose and drop the sledgehammer. It is show time at Daytona. Low line, the place to be early. Sikozy pushing Crowell right to the lead, holding serve. Aaron Manfredonia currently in 3rd position. Daniel Menzies is in 4th. Sikozy thinking about looking to the outside. Not going to work. Off of turn number 4, lap 1, about to go up on the boards and led by Alan Crowell. Some drivers staying in the back of the pack just to be safe for right now. Couple of drivers. So a 2-pack shootout here early at the World Center of Racing. You've got 1 pack led by Crowell, about a 13-car pack for right now. Brian Wiggins at the caboose of this pack. Ed Fowler trying to hang in there. Then you've got another pack that is led by Kayla McCarthy in the number 24, staying in the back just to be safe with Isley, Oaks, and Lynn. A couple of other drivers hanging out in the back of the pack. Paul Smeraldo, we can tell you, by the way, decided to start from the pits and is using a warm-up lap. So 22 drivers starting the race today. Low line again, the key to be here at the Daytona International Speedway in the next-gen cars. If you want to go high, you have to have the drafting help. You see the 88 of Mark Cook trying to pull up to the outside, but couldn't find any room, tucks down to the bottom. Also, too, don't forget that double yellow line. There is a new guy in race control that is helping out the NSRL this season. You cannot advance your position below the double yellow line. If you do, you will be black flagged. If you force someone below that double yellow, you may be black flagged. Starting to become an Amtrak train. 1 driver in the back of the pack finding his way in there. That's Warren Young in the number 48. Why don't we take this opportunity to go on board for a lap with the driver of the 48. Early on in the race, they're going full throttle on the straights, but you got to be conservative. Don't want to have aggressive racing early on. So you see some of these drivers lift off the throttle. Watch the RPM gauge closely on the digital dash. Keeping that thing in full gear. Also, 5th gear, the key here. Keep that in mind with the next-gen cars. 5-speed sequential transmissions. You can see he's actually lost a little bit of time. Why don't we take a look at Mark Sikozy? You've got some drivers choosing the option to go all out with the 5 gears. Other guys redlining on the RPMs in 4th gear. That's something, though, you have to be very careful of. We don't have an opportunity to show you of it, but the oil temps and the water temps, when you're redlining, that temperature will go up and you can heat the motor up really bad. It's either lifting off Sikozy, don't want to bump draft. More risky to bump draft in the next gen cars than it is with Gen 6 where the bumper can just line up. Daniel Menzies in 4th, thinking about looking to the outside. Nothing working at all. Biggest mover of the race from the drop of the green is Kayla McCarthy in the number 24 as we go on board with her. Leading that 3rd single file line and working on her way towards Ed Fowler and Greg Swope. 2 drivers working together solo. McCarthy with a nice run up on the outside. Probably the best battle on track now, forming up 2 by 2 off of corner 4. McCarthy should be able to get the edge, but Swope doing a nice job on the bottom. Whoa, trouble by the way. Brian Wiggins has spun in the number 5. That should not bring a yellow flag out. Being a solo car spin, but Wiggins already in big trouble. Let's see if we can listen to some chatter.
Rolling.
Wiggins is rolling.
To put a caution.
Yeah, because there are people behind me that aren't even rolling.
It's not letting me.
From Wiggins' perspective, looks like he just got loose, and he actually hit someone. And that's going to bring out a yellow flag. So first yellow of the evening for Brian Wiggins in the number 5. Let's see if we can watch another angle of what possibly happened. Was in the 11th position at the time and simply just got loose. I don't think he got touched from the 81 of Jimmy Barr. Into the wall he goes. And then there's another car making contact. And I think that is... Can't tell who that is. But that will bring out the yellow flag. And we just had reports of another accident that just occurred. A couple of drivers have also crashed. Either that or they're just slowing down. Aaron Manfredonia, watch him closely in the number 31. We may have had a huge stack-up effect. There was. Rainer Sikosi under the yellow flag. And Manfredonia goes around. How about Mark Cook? I want to see what happened to him. There it is. Oh, no. My goodness. You got to be kidding me. Right into the 7 of Briggs Swope. And that's just awful racing. Right there. What Manfredonia just did was a little bit disgusting. Shouldn't even be awarded a quick repair for that. Let's see what drivers are saying.
I'm going to stay behind you now. All right, we'll slow down a little bit.
Drivers were informed too.
Hey, race control, I'm going to need a black flag cleared. Car crashed under yellow.
What happened there?
About to hear what happened.
There's a checkup. I don't know what happened. I was riding it.
People crashing on the caution on the backstretch. That's what happened.
Mark's not there.
We got stacked up there on the back. Everybody went nose to tail.
Woo! That scared the heck out of me.
Yeah, there goes my freebie. Unbelievable. Lap 9.
Here, hold on. I got it.
Pace car was on the back and nobody was checking out, so I think I locked them up trying to stay off the tail, and then Aaron got in back of me, and then whoever's behind him is freaking chain reaction.
Mark, you got a little bit of back damage, just letting you know.
Not good for Sikosi early on.
No, I know you can. I was just trying to. It was right here. I had it right here. No offense.
Maybe we can get the guys up there on the close to the pace car. We need to start calling out where everybody's at. 'Cause this, I don't know. That was just a stacked up freaking mess.
That it was indeed, Mark.
I said checking up in turn 1.
I didn't even hear nothing.
Can somebody tell me on my front?
I didn't either.
I think when race control's talking, it overrides the drivers.
Well, it could have been that, or it could have been if you were talking on all teams. A lot of people have that muted when you jump into a race session.
Christopher Lane. Thought for a moment he was going to pit road. Guess he is not. So we get ready to go back to green. First restart of the night. We'll rack him and stack him. 9 laps currently complete.
About to cross the start.
Well, Cook, I'm behind you, man. I don't know if you want to lay back now or what, but I'm behind you. If you want to, I'll follow you, man, whatever you do.
So we get ready to go back to the green flag. Crowell selects the inside line for this restart. Mark Siccosi restarts in second. Daniel Menzies and Jeremy Edwards in row 2. Kyle Milliken, Justin Cope, row 3. Justin Dilt, and it should be Kayla McCarthy in row 4, and it is. Tyler Isley and Jimmy Barr, row 5. Josh Ayer and Tom Para, row 6. Jeffrey Oakes, Ed Fowler, row 7. Mark Cook, Brian Wiggins in row number 8. Aaron Manfredonia. James Miller should be up in row number 9. Leader will get the right to fire first on this restart. As the pace car will pull down to pit road to put 10 laps on the board. 20 to go in stage 2 when we go back to green. Here we go. Siccosi looking impressive on that outside. The restarts are all about who can get the better push. And Siccosi is holding with Crowell in this battle for the race lead. Siccosi, I think he could clear down in front of that 54. Trying to see if he can. No, they're still side by side. In turn 3 now, Siccosi loses it, but still getting a nice push coming from Jeremy Edwards. Mark Siccosi winning the Daytona 300. Back in old school league competition, running in 4th position. Kyle Milliken in the Martini throwback, number 42, up into P3. Again, advantage low line early here at Daytona. And we could see 3 wide with Siccosi stuck up top. Edwards thought about threading the needle up the middle, but had second thoughts of it, pulled back. And now Siccosi, even with that rear end damage, can pull in front of the 23 of Justin Dilt. Doesn't look like it's affecting his speeds pretty much as we get the last lap times here when we come to the start-finish line this time. And now Siccosi pulls back up to the outside, trying to get by Milliken for P3 on the track. ZC staying even at just around a 46.48. Car just scraping the wall there for a moment. I believe that was Paul Smeraldo in the 57, and I think it was, who has just a little bit of right side damage. Goes back down to the bottom of the track. Bravo continues to lead though, just had a change for 8th position. Edwards still stuck up on that outside along with Siccosi, and I believe that's Jeffrey Oakes in the number 20 losing some spots as well. And we got a bump draft there. Justin Cope put in the chrome horn on Jeremy Edwards. That got close. Edwards finds some ground. Loosey-goosey behind them. I believe that was the 18 of Miller that just got a little bit loose and stacks up Smeraldo and Cook behind him. And they'll lose a bunch of time and back out of this lead pack. Got another pack behind them, currently being led by Manfredonia in that number 31. You know, remember he already used his quick repair. I think he's being conservative early on. Ed Fowler, Briggs Swope, the same thing. You can tell that Swope has already used his quick repair after suffering all that damage under the yellow. Christopher Lynn, Warren Young also being conservative too in this situation. So it's Crowell that continues to lead. Daniel Menzies, 10th of a second. Menzies trying to look to the outside. Just getting to get some cleaner air in Menzies' grill for right now. Trying to take you on board here for a lap with the driver of the number 25. Thinking about looking to the outside and is using 4th gear. Has to be careful too about the way he bump drafts. Just an Amtrak train off of turn number 2. No one really trying to make some moves. And look at this. Brian Wiggins just got stuck up the middle as Tyler Isley forced his nose underneath, listening to race communications. I believe Icy was talking with Wiggins. Not sure.
Why you guys can stay in line.
And now we could see a battle for second here, possibly. Menzies went up the middle. But Milliken lets him get back to the bottom of the track. 14 laps to go in stage number 1. Alan Crowell, the race leader, as we go side by side. Welcome back to the Daytona International Speedway. Currently just around 10 laps to go in stage number 1. Alan Crowell has led all the laps so far today in the Daytona 300. A race full of single file racing. You see your top 5 there on your screen. Crowell, Milliken, Aaron, Oaks, and Isley. Drivers working on some lap traffic. That is the 81 of Jimmy Barr, who goes a lap down, and all the drivers will go by on the inside. Remember, he was involved in that first caution in the checkup accident. So 10 to go here in the stage, and continuing to lead is Alan Crowell. Lone woman in the field is your biggest mover of the race. That is Kayla McCarthy, currently in the 7th position, up 18 spots, started from last place. Second biggest mover is Tyler Isley, up 17 spots. A tie for third in the biggest mover side of things. Josh Aaron and Jeffrey Oaks, each up 15. McCarthy, also a main admin, also races in the Powerhouse Racing League. That happens on Thursday nights on a part of the live streams I do on Slide Job Racing Network. Was in the championship for only Powerhouse Racing League in the off season, but we will be returning soon with with the Xfinity Series cars. Let's take this opportunity, by the way, while we have it, to look at the battle for 10th position. Currently, it is Justin Diltz with it in the number 23, in a nice battle with James Miller and Mark Siccosi for that 10th and final spot. Brian Wiggins ahead in 9th. Also in there, Daniel Menzies, Aaron Manfredonia, and Ed Fowler, a part of this battle for 10th. Keep in mind, top 10 receiving regular points. The winner of Stage 1 will receive a playoff point going towards the postseason. Give you this opportunity to show you a full field rundown for right now. 20 drivers currently on the lead lap. Alan Crowell, the race leader. Kyle Milliken is second. Josh Aaron is third. Jeffrey Oakes fourth. Tyler Isley fifth. Jeremy Edwards sixth. Kayla McCarthy seventh. All in this lead pack. Back to 8th by himself. That is Justin Cope in the number 59. 9th spot. Leading this pack, Brian Wiggins, Justin Diltz 10th, James Miller 11th, Daniel Menzies 12th, Mark Siccosi 13th, Aaron Manfredonia 14th, and Ed Fowler is 15th. Paul Smeraldo riding by himself in the 16th position. Briggs Swope currently in 17th spot, also riding alone. Christopher Lynn is Mr. Lonely in 18th spot. 19th is the 16th of Tom Parra, Warren Young working with him. Jimmy Barr is currently in 21st. And is a lap down. Would be the free pass when we get the yellow. Battling with Mark Cook. Actually, Mark Cook, correction, is out of the race. 3 drivers were disqualified before the start of the race. That being Nicholas Wilson, Kyle Hanna, and James Kruger. So coming to 5 laps to go in Stage 1. If you do fuel only this time, because you don't really need that many tires. If you do fuel only, you should be good to stay on the lead lap for the rest of the stage and could restart as the leader. Do you pit before 2 to go? Because remember, when the leader crosses the start-finish line when the lap counter hits lap 29, pit road will be closed for the rest of stage number 1. Shout out to Fraglides. Thank you for the follow. Definitely appreciate you supporting the stream and National Sim Racing League. Alan Crowell, your race leader, to go on board with him in the number 54. Toyota's showing their way today. Now, I think right now everyone's just going to be very patient, very conservative the rest of the way in Stage 1 until they get to the final lap.
Points awarded?
You hear McCarthy asking on the radio. Want to update you too on a battle for 10th position, currently held by Justin Diltz in that 23. Daniel Menzies able to get by for 11th position, but no one really wanted to do any work just yet. I think everyone's just trying to be conservative right now. Do you wait to go, or do you go now, try and get up to front as soon as possible? You see Daniel Menzies, James Miller already going to work in the battle for 12th position. Fowler getting by, an issue with Miller in the 18. It was just getting up on the outside and losing a ton of time. Now behind, now getting a lot of toe speed. Watch that closely. Nobody coming in with 3 laps to go in the stage. There is lap traffic ahead too. Keep in mind, we'll show you the map on who it is. And that is Tom Parra and Warren Young, the drivers are working on. Could be possibly the battle for the lucky dog. Here they come to 2 laps to go in stage number 1. You see Josh Aaron thinking about trying to make a move on Kyle Milliken for 2nd spot. And they're getting trouble. And that will put an end to the stage as Justin Cope and Brian Wiggins have crashed. And that should be the end of stage number 1. Alan Crowell taking that. But a big mess in turn number 4. And there you see the damage to Justin Cope, who will likely have to use his first quick repair of the day. And we will go to a replay and see what happened, but that should do it for stage number 1. Bunch of drivers working the outside. Oh, Wiggins got loose again and comes up and head on for Wiggins, and that could be done for him because I think he already used a quick repair. Justin Cope, there was another car who was flipping in turn number 4. I couldn't tell who that was from the TV shot. See if we can look again from this angle. This is in real time with Brian Wiggins. I think it may have been Manfred Donia. And it was who went flipping. Up and over he went, and that could be his race too. Everyone down pit road minus the top 5 from the looks of it. So we'll watch this closely and see who wins the race off pit road. Keep in mind, by the way, pit road's actually closed because we have not completed lap number 30, even though this is the conclusion of stage number 1. So all these drivers will come in, they'll take EOLs and move to the rear. Let's go back, by the way, and we're going to take a look at those onboard shots that we were following. And first off, we will watch Justin Cope in the 59. Running the bottom side of the track and nowhere to go. And we'll watch Brian Wiggins. That's from the front end. And then we're going to check from the rear end. It's like the car just came out from underneath him. Which was absolutely weird. So as they come across the start-finish line, Alan Crowell, who has led all the laps so far in this one, taking stage number 1 in the 54. We're going to pause here, step aside, take a break. Stay with us.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Welcome back here to Daytona. Pit road is open. And we are one lap away from going back to green. Take this opportunity to watch the pit stop here of Alan Crowell and see everyone's pit stop times on the bottom of your screen. Looks like the Milliken car with the best stop there in that situation. It's going to be 1 to green this time, and while we're at it, let's show you who had the fastest pit stop time amongst the bunch. See where everyone is amongst your top 13. Fastest pit stop, I see right now of the latest stops, there is a 5.08 fuel only for Ed Fowler. But there is a 14.62, and check that, a 14.17. Set by the 57 of Paul Smeraldo, currently in 6th position of the fastest pit lane time. I see a 41 second, which is set by your leader, Jeremy Edwards. It's going to be 1 to go when we get to green. Take another quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going back to racing. Welcome back. We are just about half a lap away from going back to the green flag. So let's reset the field here for you as we get ready to begin stage number 2. Jeremy Edwards will restart as the race leader. He selects the outside line for this restart with Tyler Isley in second. Row 2, Justin Diltz, James Miller. Row 3, Kayla McCarthy and Paul Smeraldo. Row 4, Justin Cope, Briggs Rope. Row number 5, rounding out the top 10, Mark Sikosi and Warren Young. For those wondering where your race leader was, Alan Crowell was, he's currently in the 14th position. Getting ready to go back to green. A lot of drivers restarting on the inside line, either getting wave arounds or for coming in, starting tail end of the longest line. Here we go, back to green. My goodness, Jeremy Edwards got a huge start. Tyler Isley was caught sleeping, but with Edwards, he has to be very careful. Is he too far ahead? That's the main question right now out of the driver of the number 17. The gap is 5 car lengths, and it's easy to be too far ahead and get sucked up like a vacuum. That's what Tyler Isley is doing right now. Does he pull up, possibly look to the outside in a battle for the race lead? He actually stays behind Jeremy Edwards. That's surprising. That could have been the first green flag pass for the lead today. Isley is the biggest mover of the race, currently up 20 spots. And it's Jeremy Edwards that is your race leader. Isley second, Miller is third. Currently about a 12-car lead pack. And they all ride single file. Nobody taking a risk to go up to the outside. Of course, with NASCAR not really doing any work as the driver actually pulls out a line, and that's James Miller in the number 18, and nobody is going with him. Bye-bye, Miller. He's going to the back. Unless he can find a gap in front of Justin Cope, that's going to be very tough to handle. But Miller is going to fall back big time. He's going to fall like a rock falling out of the Empire State Building. We'll update you on when he gets back to the inside, but Jeremy Edwards continues to lead. As I was saying, this is kind of like when you see, obviously NASCAR hasn't released more details on the next gen, so we don't know horsepower, we don't know downforce, we don't know any tapered spacer scenarios, so we don't know any of that stuff currently. But once that gets updated, once that gets more released, iRacing will release them, and that should hopefully help out and improve the pack racing. Kind of reminds you a little bit of what the current pack racing is with the Gen 6 at Talladega. Another driver, by the way, falling to the back, who we noticed, who was on the outside, was Kyle Milliken in the 42, who has fallen all the way back to the 12th position. Currently working with Miller ahead of him. And your top 9 are currently nose to tail. Lynn has fallen out of this. A couple of other drivers staying in the back. Outside of Josh Aaron, Daniel Menzies, who I don't believe was involved in that accident from end stage number 1. Tom Parra riding by himself as well. Jimmy Barr receiving the wave around, and I believe he was actually the free pass to end stage 1, and he was. Of course, 2 drivers now out of the race, Aaron Manfredonia and Mark Cook. Brian Wiggins, who was involved in the accident, had already used his quick repair after he was involved, so he is just trying to survive and hang on, currently a lap down. 19 drivers currently on the lead lap. As of right now, everyone just being conservative from what they learned back in stage number 1. While we do this, let's take this opportunity, turn up that surround sound. We're going to crank it up for you here at Daytona. This time by the Daytona 300 will officially be 1/3 of the way complete. As they work on lap traffic, Brian Wiggins, some drivers having a tough time getting by the 5, nearly caused a big wreck. As Jeremy Edwards continues to lead the troops at bay. Next week, by the way, for the National Sim Racing League is a battle at Lucas Oil Raceway. IRP 200 at the short track for 200 laps. That should be a fun one to watch. Start time is always 8:45 here on the NSRL Facebook page, as well as twitch.tv/Marty Sakala. One driver exiting pit road right now. That is Aaron Manfredonia. Flipped at the end of stage number 1. Already has used his quick repair and getting back on track.
Yeah, no problem.
We had something come in from race control, I believe, as you ride on board with the number 31. Currently 10 laps down in 21st. Just had a change for 17th and for couple of positions. As what in the world has happened to James Miller? Fell off the pace. Let's take a look at the replay and see what may have happened. He got loose just past the start-finish line, goes below the apron. That stacks up the rear of that train and makes a nice save. Drivers in this lead pack continue to remain single file. Tyler Isley currently in second position. Remember, he had an opportunity to possibly make a pass on Edwards for the race lead, but after Edwards got too far out, but decided to be nice to that 17 and say, hey, you know what? You keep that lead for right now. Currently a mess amongst the lap traffic, trying to get by drivers like Jimmy Barr. And the 23 of Justin Dilts has gotten held up by it big time. Just lost a couple of spots, including one to Alan Crowell, who has been able to recover his way back up to 13th position. I tell you, Justin Dilts won't be too pleased about what he just went through. As he has lost the draft of the train. It's very easy, as we just saw some smoke, by the way. Hang on! That got close there with Justin Cope, or maybe Kyle Milliken, and there they go. Kyle Milliken, Jeffrey Oakes, that was Warren Young who lost control, and that's going to bring out our third caution of the race. Brian Wiggins should receive, or excuse me, Jimmy Barr should receive the free pass. A lot of damage to Jeffrey Oakes. We saw Warren Young also involved in the 48. And we will take a look at a replay and see what happened. All started with this stack up. Believe that was the 59 of just... Oh, no, actually, Milliken got the wall. And around he won. And then here comes the 20 and 48 up into traffic. And one of the Toyotas, I think that was Crowell, that got in there too. Try and see what happened here in real time. As Milliken we came in late on that. Going to take a look here and see what happened more with Justin Cope. He simply just lost it off of turn 4, kind of similar to the Gen 6s on the low downforce. We saw that a bunch in 2017. Drivers getting really loose. It's a little bit of an elevation change, I think. Then now we see it there. The 84 of Christopher Lynn. I think there may have been some net code with Kyle Milliken putting him into the wall. Let's look at an onboard here. We'll start things off with Justin Cope. So it was simply just an accordion effect, and that's unfortunate for a lot of drivers. Let's see, Jeffrey Oakes is on board. As it missed, then the 48 comes up. And that being Warren Young. And we're going to watch his onboard right now. Just lost it. Put it hard to the left, trying to miss that machine. Couple of drivers coming in. Jeremy Edwards stays out. Keep in mind the pit window here at Daytona, just about 30 to 35 laps. And so Alan Crowell will win the race off pit road of drivers either pitting to their second time or their third time. Watching a couple of more drivers on their exit of pit road. Let's look at the pit strategy right now. Some of the drivers are doing. You see what Jeremy Edwards is trying to do is try to go a full fuel stint. What guys like Alan Crowell are trying to do is they want a full fuel stint. They're going to try and take this opportunity as they short pitted to try and stay out and assume the lead at lap 60 and maybe even bank on a yellow. So that's the story there. As is this going to be one lap to green this time? I would expect to see one to green here. And the lights are off. We are going green flag racing this time. We do have another driver or two that is in the pits, and that is Tom Perrin, the 16. I would assume he is just topping off on fuel. And that is, of course, what he is doing. Just an update, too, for those of you racing fans at home. Motorsports reporting that Simon Pagenaud will leave Team Penske at season's end. So we get ready to go back to green this time. Will be about 13 laps to go in stage number 2. Jeremy Edwards, the leader, gets the right to fire first. Would not be surprised if he goes early this time again, but if he does, I would not be surprised if Tyler Isley tries to take advantage of it. Pace car is in. Edwards selected the top, and here we go. We're back to green, and he does it once again. Isley is caught sleeping, and at the same time wants to stay with that 24 of Kayla McCarthy. They jockey for position into turn 1. Briggs woke up to 4th. Paul Smeraldo, the biggest loser in all of this, already back to 7th. All the way back to 8th. He's plummeted big time like the stock market. Couple of drivers thinking about looking to the outside. They're going by Brian Wiggins, so guys like Isley could not look to the outside, so that actually helps out Edwards remaining the race lead. A lot of drivers still remaining single file. You got Briggs Swope in 4th. I believe they're talking some strategy. One driver is in the pits. One driver's in the pits, and that is Kyle Milliken in the 42. Unknown if this is an unscheduled stop or if he got black flagged. We can confirm, though, through iRacing. And this is an unscheduled stop for the number 42. So we'll try and keep good tabs on that. And that will likely end his night. Couple of drivers getting a little bit loose off of turn 4. You saw Tyler Isley lose it just a little bit. So we await his exit. Sikozy coming down in front of Smeraldo. We're watching that closely too in that battle for 10th position. You take a look closely on our leaderboard on our screen. This is about 13 drivers that are in the single file line. Jeffrey Oakes, who I would want to say just used his quick repair, is the caboose on this line. Crowell, not sure if he used his quick repair too. Him and Tom Parra working together, just playing it safe right now in case any messes happen. Christopher Lynn's up there as well. The 81 of Jimmy Barr, by the way, got some time to repair that thing. Unless I think he just used a quick repair. I don't believe he used his quick repair after wreck, after being a part of that stack-up wreck. 10 to go here in the stage. Kayla McCarthy thought about looking to the outside, trying to work with the driver of the 15 and Tyler Isley. So you look from above, everyone using that single file low line, preferred line. It's really got a big groove to it. Nobody wants to go to the outside at all in this one. Hang on, Isley just got loose off of turn 4. As they all ride the bottom of the track, let's take you on board with Justin Cope in that 59. Have some difficulties at the moment trying to get up to him. Another driver, by the way, in the pits. And that is Jimmy Barr in the 81. See how much he's getting up to. Was at 197. Decided to back off on Greg Swope ahead of him. And he's a driver that's in 5th gear. Let's see here. Kayla McCarthy's in 5th. Who's the first guy that I'm curious on that's using 4th gear? That is Stilt in the 23, running in 7th position. Doesn't lose that much time though when you're in 4th gear because you're just redlining it. At the same time, you don't want to lose that track temp. Bart currently with a long stop, same with Kyle Milliken's actually exited pit road. That's what we can tell you as from what we know. Going to be 7 laps to go this time in stage number 2. Keep in mind stage 1 ended under yellow from a mid-pack wreck. From a second pack wreck, I should say. Jeremy Edwards has been leading the entire way in stage number 2. Leading all the way in stage 1 was the 54 of Alan Crowell. Going to watch this battle for 10th closely with Paul Smeraldo. He's got a 0.6 of a second lead over Jeffrey Oakes. Losing the draft to Sikozy, but at the same time, Jeffrey Oakes does not have any help as they work on Jimmy Barr, who has exited the pits, just to repair his machine. Barr currently in 18th position. Sikozy currently the caboose of this front pack, running in 9th position. Car lengths separate him and Menzies. As we come to 5 laps to go here in the stage, why don't we listen to some audio?
Clear it.
I believe Jimmy Barr complaining about a black flag that he was given.
Thank you.
That is what he was complaining about. Look at this. Change for 3rd position. Kayla McCarthy tried to look high. She falls back to 4th position. Was looking for some help. Let's watch that pass once again from our aerial shot.
It might be better if I push you, man.
As Swope was able to make the pass, McCarthy just got a little bit tight on the exit at turn 4, and Swope saw an opportunity to take away P3.
Hey, Brian and Kyle, you guys say hi there.
Edwards informing some lap traffic on where to go, and you can see it on your screen. It's Kyle Milliken and Brian. Oh, hang on, Jeremy Edwards! What a save by Edwards! Trying to get by lap traffic, finds a hole in front of Briggs Swope, and stays at 2nd spot. We've got our first green flag lead change of the day. Tyler Isley out to the point. Wow, that got close. I do not know how Jeremy Edwards saved it out in front and did not cause the big one.
Go back in next time.
Good save, Jeremy.
See everyone
Thank you.
giving shout outs to there, saying good save. And we just had a change for 10th position. Jeffrey Oakes able to get by Paul Marauder, and look at that mess behind him. And hang on, Jeffrey Oaks has lost it. He's gone. This is a solo car accident from the looks of it, and
Snapped.
he just smacked it up.
Yeah, happened to me a couple times, Jeff.
Car is
One
blown
car
up.
spin on the front stretch, right, but he got it back going.
Yeah, that was crazy. I just moved to the high line to go by the 5, and we were rolling, and next thing I know, it darted down.
And I don't think he has a quick repair.
Yeah, that's happened to me twice. That's right.
And he does not have a quick repair from the looks of it. I don't think. We'll have to take a look, but that blown engine likely going to take him out of the race. 2 laps to go this time by. Pit road is closed. And Tyler Isley leads Jeremy Edwards. Briggs Swope, Kayla McCarthy, and Justin Cope. You see McCarthy. Watch her closely. She's been trying to peek to the outside, but I don't think anyone wants to go with her. Jeremy Edwards is thinking about it. If they hook up, they could possibly make something work. McCarthy, you see, she's trying to peek again. She's been doing it on the exit of every corner. It's like 4 or 5 drivers have a chance to win this stage. Let's show you for 10th here. It's between Paul Smeraldo and Josh Aaron. Far behind. Here they come. Final lap of stage number 2 underway. Isley leads Edwards, Swope, McCarthy, and Cope, your top 5. You see McCarthy again trying to seek high. Jeremy Edwards wants that lead back after getting loose off of turn 4. Had led every lap in stage 2 until that moment just happened. Briggs Swope thinks about looking to the outside. McCarthy doesn't look. Now Justin Cope looks, tries to look outside McCarthy. In the battle for 4th position, can't find anything. Cope tucks back in line. Now Swope looks to the outside, trying to look for a second on Edwards. Doesn't work. McCarthy takes P3 away. Here they come off turn 4. Swope goes around. Briggs Swope goes around. Same with Justin Cope in front of the pack. Daniel Menzies caught up in a yellow is out. And that will put an end to the stage, and Tyler Isley wins stage number 2.
Right now.
Briggs Swope brings his car down a closed pit road. No surprise, we'll have to use his quick repair.
Yep.
We saw Menzies in it too, in the number 25. There he is. His car's destroyed. I don't know if he's got a quick repair left. And also, Mark Sikozy has crashed too in the number 8 in the aftermath of that. Let's show you this once
So what
again.
happened there? What was all that about?
We're about to show you what that was all about there, Menzies.
That caution?
Yeah, I didn't get to see what happened.
I'm going back and look at it right now.
Oh, man. Wild ride for Briggs Swope up on his lid. Keeps it on all 4s. We're going to watch that again. Then where does Sikozy come in? There he is, that blue car in the back. Nowhere to go, I think. We're going to watch in just a moment because we have his onboard here set for you. But first, we're going to watch from the rear end of Briggs Swope. Let's actually watch from the moment that yellow flag flies. Nope. I'm going to go back and show you again. Because that came in late. Let's ride along with Daniel Menzies. Nowhere to go. Once Briggs went to the outside, you just knew he was in trouble. And there's Sikozy with nowhere to go. That's unfortunate. And I think he had a car inside of him. You can't tell from this shot. That's the brakes there, and just the brakes have turned into ARCA brakes. But Briggs Swope with the toughest brake of them all. A couple of drivers are in pit road, and we can try to show you who they are. Sikozy, remember, he's having currently in a taupe situation, and I believe this will put him a lap down. Same with Briggs Swope and same with Menzies. Tom Parra just exiting the pits. I believe same with Christopher Lane. Justin Cope, though, making a nice save there in turn 4 after getting into the back of him. But Tyler Isley, your stage 2 winner. We're going to take a break here, and we will be right back. We come back just in time to go back to green. Stage number 3 is underway. Isley gets the early jump here on Edwards. And everyone's staying single file. All the drivers likely will have to pit one more time as you see the pit strategy. Leaders just came into the pits. So right now this race could be working in the top three's favor as we speak. Car length separating them as we look on back. Everyone's gotten down to the inside line. Update you on Briggs Swope. His car is back on the track, but currently standing multiple laps down at the moment. I didn't even think he decided to use a quick repair at all, unless he doesn't even have a quick repair. I'm not too sure. Sikozy and Menzies are still in. Brian Wiggins now just entering pit road. He's blown the engine, and that will likely end his night. Off of turn 4, though, one driver looking to the outside. I believe that was James Miller, and it was. Finds a spot in front of Smeraldo, cuts down. Currently in 8th position in the number 18. And again, everyone choosing to ride the low line. Hug that double yellow line. Keep in mind you can't advance your position below it. Now you got Jeremy Edwards here running in 2nd position. If you're in that number 17, just what are you thinking in that car currently in 2nd? If you're Isley, I know you just want to hug that yellow line and keep the race lead. But what about if you're Jeremy Edwards? I think if I'm Edwards, just wherever Isley goes, I'd probably go with him. And that's on that bottom side of the track. Top three trying to put a breakaway here on Justin Diltz in the number 23. And why don't we do this? We're going to take this opportunity and give you a full field rundown. Tyler Isley, the race leader. Jeremy Edwards is second. Kayla McCarthy third. Justin Diltz fourth. Ed Fowler fifth. Josh Aaron is sixth. Alan Crowell seventh. Paul Miller eighth. Paul Sperado ninth. And Tom Para, he's been very quiet all day. Why don't we we're going to skip this full field rundown and talk about him. He has been riding along in the back of the pack, and now he is in the lead pack to begin the final stage. This is definitely where he wants to be. Same with Christopher Lynn. 11 drivers all in this line. We've got Justin Cope currently in the 12th position, working with Kyle Milliken, who is a lap exactly behind him. And him and Jimmy Carr's 2 laps behind Justin Cope. So this is kind of a ironic line, you could say the least. You got Briggs Swope in 15. 3 drivers still in the pits making repairs. Mark Sikosi, Daniel Menzies, and Brian Wiggins. I didn't think Sikosi was in a wreck earlier today, but apparently he used his quick repair. I must have used it by mistake, and that has taken him out of the running. 4 drivers are out of the race officially. Jeffrey Oakes, Warren Young, Aaron Manfredonia, and Mark Cook. Cook wrecking on lap 17, Manfredonia lap 32. Young on lap 44. Lap 18, 33, 45. And Jeffrey Oakes on lap 58 are when they pulled their cars into the pits. So it looks like the drivers have 1 stop to go, but when you think about it, could fuel mileage be a possibility? Well, everyone's gone. The most you can go is 32 laps from the looks of it. So everyone pitted on lap number 61 around, so lap 91. So everyone will be, I believe, will be good to make it to the finish, especially if a yellow flag comes out, then you know they will be good to go. As we are just thinking long-term ahead of the box. See that 23 there of Justin Diltz has done a good job to stay out of trouble today, right in the 4th position. And Ed Fowler, how about him, the 05? Haven't talked about him a bunch. He's kept his car out of trouble. It's been very quiet amongst this lead pack so far in this race. Only 1 green flag pass for the lead that we have seen today, and that was by Tyler Isley. How did it occur? Well, Jeremy Edwards, the car behind him, got loose off a turn 4 with a couple laps to go in stage 2. And Isley took advantage of it. It's going to stack up, it looks like, a little bit from a couple of cars behind. Don't believe there is any harm or any foul. That was done. Isley.
Thank you.
Isley speaking on the radio, and let me tell you some Firehouse subs. That's and they're working on Briggs. Firehouse subs is an underrated sub place in my opinion. It doesn't get a lot of popularity like Subway or Jimmy John's or Wegmans or Wawa, but let me tell you something. I've had Firehouse subs twice and have never been disappointed with their brisket subs. Their barbecue sandwiches are absolutely incredible. They just went by Mark Sikosi, who has taken his number 8 back onto the racing surface. Going to take this opportunity, let you listen to radio chatter, and crank it up here for a couple of laps.
Thanks, Mark. Hey, 5, you're starting to blink a little bit. I was just about to say something about that before you, right as you did.
Five or
It's the 05. It's not too bad. It's just really small. It's not nothing like major.
everything looks good on my end. I'm sure it's me. All my bars look good, so.
You know how these servers have been here the last couple of weeks on iRacing. It's not been the best.
Been better, a little bit better than what it was.
Agreed.
Working on lap number 76 of 120, just over 40 laps to go in the Daytona 300. James Miller just fell out to go to the rear of this lead pack, currently running in the 8th position. First driver out of this is Justin Cope, working with Christopher Lynn and Paul, actually just Christopher Lynn, Kyle Milliken, and Jimmy Barr. Cope and Lynn are battling for 9th position. Been a little bit of a rough race, I guess you could say, for Justin Cope. He's been gotten really loose twice and he's definitely saved it. Christopher Lynn's been pretty quiet in this race today, too. Ooh, Jimmy Barr a little bit loose there in that number 81, running in 14th position. A car, by the way, is stopped, and we got a wreck. Wreck in turn number 4, and we're going to confirm on who that was. I believe, was it Brian Wiggins possibly? I'm not too sure. We're going to take this opportunity, and we're going to just rewind the footage here, so I mean this won't look professional. But we do want to look and see who was just stopped. Oh, man, James Miller again with a beautiful save. Trouble. Mark Sikosi has come to a stop off of turn 4, out of harm's way. This car very slow, off the pace. I'm going to take a guess that this car just blew up. Let's listen. Can only run 4th gear. Yep. When you hear that little crack, that's when you can tell the motor's gone. So Sikosi's Daytona 300 is over. 79 laps are complete in the Daytona 300. Tyler Isley continues to lead this one as we will go side by side once again. Stay with us. Yellow is out here at Daytona, and it is for Christopher Lynn in the number 84, who has crashed. And let's take a look and see what happened on board with Lynn, and he loses it in turn 4, and he gets turned of the 81. And because it's a 2-car accident, the yellow will have to come out. We'll show you here once again. I don't think there was any contact they had to do with this. I believe simply Lynn got loose. Bart tried to go up high to miss it. Then the two then just got together and up in the air. All 4 wheels off the ground for Chris Lynn. And now with the yellow coming out, everyone will be good the rest of the way. There is the pace car just exiting turn 2, and this will check the field up. Everyone doing their social distancing at the moment. So pit road should be open this time. As you hear Sikozy on the radio just say it blew up. So pit road is open. Everyone will come in. And again, they come in 8 laps early. Some of these guys are going to stay out here. Justin Diltz is staying out in the number 23 because those guys are coming in on now what would be before pit stops a 2-stop strategy. Diltz, who last pitted on lap 61, be 91. Diltz will try and make this on a 1-stop strategy, and we'll hope for a yellow flag to come out after he makes his stop under green. That's what Justin Diltz is going to be doing is everyone comes in. Ed Fowler wins the race off pit road. A quick stop for him. 11.15 to fill the tank up.
17 to get you?
Gonna get any what? Speed? Nah.
Isley falls back to 3rd in a rough stop.
I was right on it.
Rough stop for Jeremy Edwards. Falls all the way back to the 6th position. So there you see the stint length for all the cars. We're going to go to another commercial break. We're going to take another commercial break. We will be right back.
Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Welcome back to Daytona International Speedway. We get ready to go back to the green flag, and we will have just about 36 laps to go. Justin Diltz gets the right to fire first. He stayed out. Everybody else came in. Diltz is trying to short pin and make it all the way to the end. Everyone else has one stop left back to green. Good restart there for Diltz as Isley goes to second. Battle for third. Ed Fowler, Josh Aaron. Nice day so far for the number 77 DraftKings machine of Josh Aaron inside for P3 on the track. Kayla McCarthy surprised and not cut down to the inside to try and get a run for possibly fourth position. And now she gets down to the bottom, tries to get by Fowler. There she goes. She's up to fourth. Alan Crowell rebounding from an accident earlier on. Led all of stage 1 and 1. He is up to P5. So currently this strategy paying well in his favor. Right in fourth gear, and look at the run he's going to get. Look at this run he's going to get. Keep this on the dashboard. Look at this draft, 196. If he goes outside, he could possibly make it about 200. So he's up to fourth position. Third now, Kayla McCarthy. Ed Fowler fell all the way back to the 10th position. A couple of drivers too. By the way, the free pass did go to Kyle Milliken. Back in the race in 11. Couple of drivers being a little aggressive, trying to get the high side to work. Look at Paul Smeraldo. Heavy side draft coming off of Jeremy Edwards. Again, Edwards did not have a very good pit stop and fell way back. Smeraldo took the risk, but he's going to likely now lose 8th spot, maybe even more. Josh Aaron, by the way, fell ways off and is back in that 8th position. Milliken takes the 9th spot away. And now Smeraldo is side by side with Ed Fowler. Tom Parra, by the way, has lost this lead draft, so he's falling ways back. He is the last car in the lead lap, currently 12th. First car a lap down, if a yellow were to come out, would be Christopher Lynn in that 84, who was involved in that last track. He does not have a quick repair remaining, I don't think. And same goes for Jimmy Barr in that number 11. Both currently in a same lap situation. But Justin Diltz, remember, has not pitted since lap 61. He's a couple laps away from coming on into pit road. We'll keep the radio chatter on when he says he comes into pit. That would give the lead to Tyler Isley. Would likely have to pit with just under 10 laps to go with the leaders. And when Justin Diltz pits first, he will be inside that window. So what Diltz will have to hope for is for this race to stay green to the end, possibly. But the only thing is, nobody else is on the same strategy as him. That's the big thing you got to keep in mind of. Fowler just making a change here on Milliken. I believe Milliken took a risk to look to the look up high. Or yes, it was, and Milliken takes 9th position away. Your second and third, Tyler Isley, Kayla McCarthy, up 20 and 22 spots respectively. They have been having a great day so far, coming from the back to the front. Again, we do expect Justin Diltz to come in shortly. Did full tank and 4 tires on his last stop, a 14.93 second time. And we will be watching his stop very closely when he does come in. The big key for Justin Diltz is no mistakes or he may throw the race away. See Aaron trying to get something going on the outside with Milliken. They need more help, though. They need more help. And Edwards is going to go with. And now the big key here is just a side draft, but Edwards is going to get caught 3 wide. That got close. With James Miller on the bottom in that number 18 in 6th. And looking up ahead. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my. Whoa. 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 There they go. Milliken. Big wreck. Tom Parra. Yellow's out.
Wow.
Wow is right. That is what happened.
Checking up the pace car.
You cannot go 3 wide with lap traffic on the outside.
Coming up on that switch lanes in the middle of the corner. Jesus Christ.
Milliken in the 42.
Go ahead. Come back up. I'm on the outside.
He's not happy. They were working on.
Yeah, the 84 did not hold his line. He was swerving up and down from the middle lane to the high lane. He did not hold his line.
We were with you as it happened.
My bad, Alan. I saw you come in so quick and tried to.
And Justin Diltz, now the question is, he will come in this time. We know that. Actually, you know what? This actually kind of does help Justin Diltz out. Because everyone can come down pit road and be good on fuel. And if Justin Diltz wins this race off pit road, whoever wins this race off pit road will have huge advantage. Milliken, you see in the background, has a blown engine. I believe he was involved in a wreck earlier today using a quick repair. So we're going to wait. And a bunch of drivers are going to stay out here. Crowell's coming in. A couple of drivers are going to come in and short pit, make sure they're good to the end. Other drivers are going to try and save fuel here that pitted on lap 82. Remember the max we saw in a stint was 32 laps. Diltz just went 31 on that stint. So we're going to watch pit stops here very closely with under 40 laps to go. Or excuse me, under 30 laps to go. And James Miller is going to go fuel only because he just pitted. He can just top off on fuel. And he's good to go the rest of the way. This race could be in James Miller and Justin Dilt's hands. And we're going to take a look now at the replay and show you what happened. This was easy. They catch up to the 84, who I think actually kept his line, and they're all just getting really loose because I don't think a lot of drivers really saw that coming. And around goes Parra. Up in the air goes Fowler. A lot of drivers won't be happy at what just happened. Wow, that's coming right at you, 190 miles an hour. Look at that. These drivers weren't even using the brakes. I mean, it's a super speedway. I get that part. Let's watch for Milliken. Just got way loose and came down in the para. Nothing he could do. Damn lap cars, that's for sure. David Fowler, he got loose and there it was. A bunch of drivers' races are coming to an end right now. Lights are off the pace car. We are going green this time by, and this is very interesting. Top 4 are trying to save fuel, and they all stayed out. Tyler Isley, Kayla McCarthy, Josh Aaron, and Jeremy Edwards all stayed out. Going to be a very interesting situation to see what happens should we go green the rest of the way. We do know James Miller, Justin Diltz, and company are good to go on fuel. Listen to some chatter. So as we come back to green for 26 to go, Tyler Isley, Kayla McCarthy, Josh Aaron, Jeremy Edwards, watch closely in rows 1 and 2. Row 3 is good, Justin Diltz and James Miller. Back to green we go. Isley, a good restart. Should come down in front of McCarthy, no issues. There it is. Aaron tries to come down in front of Edwards. That's going to be tough. And just does it barely in the nick of time. Diltz comes down in 5th. Same with James Edwards in 6th. Alan Crowell, the biggest loser, up top. 9 drivers currently on the lead lap. Top 6 in the field, all Chevrolets as they come for 25 laps to go. Everyone's staying nip and tuck on the bottom. So you're right on board with your race leader. Just the question is, when do you think about seeking high? Kayla McCarthy was known to do that at the end of stage, coming to the end of stage 2. Thinks about it. What they're trying to do here in this game plan, they're trying to fake their opponents out, trying to make them block, if you know what I'm talking about. Make them block and get around to the inside. Oh, hang on there, Tyler Isley. Just got loose on the exit of 4 just for a split second. Luckily, no harm, no foul. Again, your top 4 all last pitted on lap 82. We're going to watch them very closely when we hit lap 117. Edwards thinking about making a move outside on Aaron. Nothing in fruition there. Again, this race could be in the hands of Justin Diltz if the top 4 run out of fuel. Right now, that top 4, they're hoping for another yellow to come out, which I think right now with the way how this racing's been going is expected. Miller getting a little bit loose. Cope tried to look. Nothing worked at all. And they're losing some ground to the top 5 on track. Still, you've got a line, though, full of 8 cars on the lead lap. I believe it's 10 altogether. Because up there still is... Milliken's actually still on the lead lap. He had a quick repair, luckily. Jimmy Barr's up there. We just talked about Justin Cope, so I believe this is a 9-car freight train at the moment. believe that it is, and the car is off the pace. Is Tom Pera in the 16. And I'm not sure what happened to him. Perhaps we can look back at a replay. Something happened, I believe, that race control did not capture. Let's take a look. Doesn't look like anything was a major situation. Pera's just way off the pace. Change for 10th, by the way. 2 laps down. Jimmy Barr getting by Christopher Lynn as Lynn is way off the pace in turn 4, just using the apron now to let drivers go by. Remember, he got scolded at for using the high side in a 2-wide situation. .21 laps to go. We've got on Twitch, Dale Jr. 8 rooting for Maximum Motorsports. Can tell you who that consists of. Brian Wiggins, James Miller, Justin Diltz, and Mark Sikozy. Highest guy currently is Diltz in 5th. You got Miller in 6th. Sikozy out of the race currently in 16th position. And Brian Wiggins is in 17th. How about the job by Nowski Motorsports? Currently 1, 2, and 4. Isley the leader, McCarthy 2nd, and Edwards is in 4th. The DraftKings Racing team right now, Josh Aaron leading the way in 3rd position, but it's not been a good day for their team as a whole. Paul Smeraldo out of the race. He is in 13th. Then Briggs Swope also still in the race, but 3 laps down in the 13th position. McCarthy.
Oh, you're good.
Don't know what happened on her end. Apparently something happened. As for the independents, Alan Crowell is in 9th. Justin Cope is 7th. Kyle Milliken is in 8th. And Thomas Pera is in 12th. Going to take one last break. When we come back, we are taking you right to the finish. Do not miss out. It's going to be a good one to the end. And as we do that,
I know, leaders, you didn't want to see that, but
Justin Cope is off the pace in turn number 4.
Like, I'm not mad. I just want to know what happened. I'm curious.
And I want to know what happened too. About to find out.
Behind you, the 18 and the 59 touch caused a wreck behind you, and they spun out and there was a wreck behind.
Cope and Miller, and of course that is not what Isley, the top 4 want. They'll likely have to pit.
I'm not hurt. For sure. I'm far from hurt. I'll be on the outside again.
Let's see what happened. So we were just about to go to break. Miller comes up into Cope. There's Milliken with nowhere to go. Some rear end damage on Cope, and nice job by Cope to capture minor damage. It's a solo car spin. Believe it was possibly in the path of other cars, so with no question the yellow has to come out. And we've got drivers in the pits and trying to see who is in. Justin Cope is in. Same with the 5 of Wiggins, and trying to see who is ahead of him. And Tom Pera also coming in. He should receive, either him or Jimmy Barr will receive the free pass. get back on track. But again, the big thing we are watching closely is your top 4. They can go the rest of the way. It's going to be very close. One driver is in, and that is Briggs Swope on our end. So we'll check and see if the top 4 come in this time. And if not, we're going to take another break here. Now I'm curious. Yep, there it is. You hear it from Kayla McCarthy. She's holding the clutch in. Pushing the clutch in the corners. Just trying to save fuel. And that is, of course, what you do to save fuel in iRacing. You hold that clutch, get it engaged. You don't hear Isley doing this. Let's hear if Aaron is doing this. Doesn't sound like he's doing it. How about Edwards? Edwards is in 5th gear. You save less fuel in 5th. Everyone except for Aaron is in 5th gear trying to save fuel. The only one clutching, though, is Kayla McCarthy. And that could help her out if she can go the rest of the way on fuel. But again, it doesn't seem likely. They're trying everything they can do to make it on fuel.
What was that, 15?
Isley just said something on the radio, I believe. And selects
Say something to me, 15?
and selects the outside line for the restart. We'll have 15 laps to go. When we come back for the restart, Tyler Isley, Kayla McCarthy, Josh Aaron, Jeremy Edwards, the ones to watch closely if they can make it on fuel. Then Justin Diltz, James Miller, Alan Crowell, Kyer Milliken, Justin Culp, 9 drivers on the lead lap. They are good to go the rest of the way. And we've got a stack up here. Justin Culp back on the apron. Are we going to go green this time? Pace car is in. I think we're going green, even with the accordion effect. Something NextCal would be disappointed in is we're back to green. Milliken comes down in front of McCarthy. There's a huge stack-up situation that had Justin Culp in the back of the pack. That was interesting. We just had a change for third two on that restart. Jeremy Edwards was able to get by Josh Aaron. Now McCarthy lagging back, trying to see if she can set something up. It would surprise me big time if we went 15 laps to the end without a yellow. But right now what your top 4 want are no more yellows. Actually, they do want a yellow to keep pushing that clutch in. Milliken tried to look on the outside with Cope behind. You got to be careful right now with that situation if you're Kyle. And Crowell trying to think about setting something up on the top shelf. The thing is, they need to have a drafting partner in front of them if they want to get it to work. Everyone's staying, hugging that bottom yellow line. But some guys like Crowell are willing to take risks right now. It's a battle for 6th position on track with Miller to the inside. And Miller is losing some time to Justin Diltz. should the top 4, again, should they have to pit? Isley continues to lead, your stage 2 winner earlier. McCarthy, she has not led yet today. Only 3 different leaders. It's been Isley, Edwards, and Crowell. Had to make sure I found the name there. Somebody in pit road. That is Para in the number 16. Not the way he's wanted his race to end. Got caught up in that wreck earlier. 12 laps left. And we have a 6-car breakaway from the field. As Crowell was trying to get something to work on the outside, it cost him a ton of time. He will likely need a yellow if he wants to get back into this battle for the win. Same with Milliken, same with Cope. Meanwhile, your top 6 are likely the contenders to win this thing. 11 laps to go in the Daytona 300. Going to be a good battle to the end. And again, we are watching the fuel mileage very closely. We'll show you the pit strategy situation. There you see it. Your top 4 have gone 27 laps. Dilt, Miller, and on the way back have gone up to 17 inside the top 10 of the cars that are on the lead lap. McCarthy thinking about looking to the outside. But again, nothing coming to fruition. We're going to split this among the top 8. To show you who's got the best chances to win. So Tyler Isley, your stage 2 winner, 10 to go. Could have a chance at getting it done. Second spot, Kayla McCarthy, who could be a possible challenger on the super speedways. Again, she's been quiet all day. Jeremy Edwards had a chance at winning the second stage, then got loose. Josh Aaron was a contender earlier on this race. You hear McCarthy and Edwards communicating. We'll watch closely with the 24. Will she have to come in possibly? Let's see here what happens off of 4. They're staying out again. Going to be 30 laps on this stint, 8 to go. Guys that have the best chance right now, you see him in that number 23 of Justin Diltz. And James Miller behind him. With over a 3-second lead on Alan Crowell. These could be the 2 that could battle it out for the win. Should we stay green to the end and the top 4 will have to pit? If the top 4 can make it on a 38-lap stint, that would just be unbelievable. Miller losing some time to Dilt. You can't see the 18 on your screen on that main shot. You see, now here's the thing as well. You don't really want to be Tyler Isley right now because when you're not in the draft, which Isley is not, he's not in dirty air, you're losing, you you don't save as much fuel as drivers behind you. Kind of want to hear the onboard with Kayla McCarthy and see what she's
7th
doing.
high off the corner here.
She's going it all the way. They're working on Briggs Swope, who will let the leaders go by. 6 laps to go. 32 laps, the top 4 have gone on this stint. And again, if they can go the entire way, that would be huge. The highest we've seen is right now with 32. Five fingers will go up in the flag stand this time. 5 laps will settle it. They go by Tom Para in the 16. Now it is a game of chess with the top 6. When do you make your move? How do you set it up? Because the high side has been extremely tough to pass unless you have a lot of help. If you're Tyler Isley, I think you are a sitting duck at this point. And for Isley, watch the guys second on back. They're going to try and lag back in turns 1 and 2 and try and get a huge run on the super stretch to pass by Isley. And I think drivers would work with Kayla McCarthy. 10 miles will remain in this one. Top 4 have gone the longest on a stint of fuel. Can they go the distance in the Daytona 300? That's the real question. We look at the map closely. There is one driver they could catch up to before the end of this. That would be Christopher Lynn in the 84. This is going to be a good battle to the end. On board with Tyler Isley. 3 laps to go. The Daytona 300 is turned into the Daytona 3. Who is going to take this one home at the World Center of Racing? Whatever happens, it's going to be a good finish. Someone's going to try and make a move, and it's going to be either good or bad. That's for sure.
Thanks, 84.
Here we go. Some drivers are trying to make some moves up high. That's Josh Aaron in the 77 trying to get some help from Justin Diltz. And now Diltz trying to look on the outside. McCarthy's off the pace. McCarthy's off the pace. I think she's lagging back just a little bit. Here we go. It's a 2-lap shootout. She's trying to get a run here on Isley. That's the only way you can do it. She's trying to fake high. And you're going to see her lag back in 1 and 2 once again. Let's see what happens. She may lag back in 3 and 4. But you don't want to make the move. At the same time, you don't want to make it too early. You see Diltz and Miller looking outside. And Diltz, too, had some rear-end damage. That's not really what he wants. Will the top 4 have enough to go the entire way? Here we go. Final lap. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go. Tyler Isley out in front. Your Stage 2 winner. Kayla McCarthy trying to set her move up to try and win it. Now Josh Aaron goes outside. Tries to get the help from Justin Diltz. Now does McCarthy try and lag back in 3 and 4? Who makes the first move down the super stretch? It doesn't look like anyone is really willing to go unless they have the help. What does Kayla McCarthy do here? Does she go for the slingshot off of turn 4? Or is this Tyler Isley's race? Final time. Isley throws the block. McCarthy tries the inside. Checkered flag is out. Tyler Isley wins the Daytona 300. McCarthy tried it on the outside, and Tyler Isley gets it done.
You're good. That's for sure. That kind of had me off guard. We didn't run nobody.
You guys did really well, man.
Look at that. 38 lap fuel run by the top
Good
four.
race, everybody. Thanks to everyone that stuck around. Really appreciate it. Good job, Tyler. Congrats to your whole team. 1, 2, 3 finish. Very impressive.
And yes,
Top 3 to the interview.
how about that too? A 1-2-3 finish for the Nowski Motorsports team.
Hey, can someone drop me into that interview queue, please?
Same.
I'm gonna catch the race. They're racing.
The top three all decided to work together until they came off turn 4. And Isley doing a slide in the grass just like Dale Earnhardt did it over 23 years ago. And we've got more burnouts coming from the Nowski Motorsports side of things. And we are actually going to bring them all in. First off, let's talk with your winner, Tyler Isley. How's it feel to win the Daytona 300, biggest race in the NSRL?
Yeah, man, this is one of the coolest moments for me that I've had in this in my time on iRacing. This is a really cool moment. Really thankful for Kayla and sorry, I'm out of breath. I'm nervous. Thankful for Kayla and Jeremy working with me throughout the race and kind of bringing me in pre-race. I didn't really have a lot of friends here other than Kayla before we started this race, so it's cool to know that got some people to work with in the future.
Whose idea was it to go 38 laps on fuel? I didn't even think that was possible.
Well, we got that idea from Jeremy. He said that during the duels that 38 to 40 laps was about the really the most you could go, even with saving. And thankfully, we had a couple cautions play out our way, and we just ended up there when it mattered.
Jeremy, let's have you talk about the strategy on saving fuel.
Yeah, just took the experience from the dual race there and knew with the caution laps there we would go about 38, 39 laps. So we had more cautions than we actually had in the dual race there. So this actually played into our favor. That last caution that came out really helped us a lot.
Kayla, I want to go to you because I noticed you were the only one doing this. You were pushing the clutch, and were you really nervous about saving fuel?
I was a little on the nervous side. These guys were really reassuring me, going, we got it, especially Jeremy, because Jeremy's had that experience from the dual race, which helped Tyler and I out a lot. I just, we didn't know about green-white checkers. If we did have a green-white checker, we were definitely going to be a lot tighter. Thank God we didn't, but man, Nowski Nation team, 1, 2, 3. We can't. I can't be more happier for these guys, especially Tyler getting his second career iRacing win, first win of this league. Jeremy for all his help. These guys are we're going to be a good team this season.
Whoever wants to take this question, was the plan just to work together, then coming off turn 4, just race each other to the finish?
Yeah, I think we were all just very confident, and I mean, obviously saying this as the winner, I guess, we were just very confident in making sure that we finished 1, 2, 3. After that, the rest of it didn't really matter. So, yeah, I think it was cool, and I mean, I'll leave it up to them guys to, contradict anything I said, but.
Yeah, that's exactly what we did there, Marty. However we were lined up after that last start there is how we were going to run the rest of the race. And coming off 4, if no one was to our outside, we were going to make it interesting just coming to the start-finish line there. But it worked out in our favor, and 1-2-3 for Nowski Motorsports.
Well, congratulations, guys. Who wants to give the sponsor shout-outs?
I really got to thank my cousin, Austin Edwards, Edwards Speed Shop. He does free setups there on Discord. Pujanowski on Twitch, Facebook. Check him out. Does streaming for iRacing. And Kayla and Tyler, if you got anyone to thank as well.
Yeah, I got to thank my sponsor, Mid-Cities Air Conditioning and Heating, and my wife, most of all my wife. She allows me to put up a lot of time into doing this, and big thanks to Tyler and Jeremy for all the help and everything that these guys do. Man, I'm super excited.
Tyler, got anyone to add, or are you good?
No, I just want to thank these guys and my family. Pretty much all my family is the whole reason I'm even in the racing the way that I am. And I mean, they're not sponsored, but Firehouse Subs and NOS, that's a cool combination. So some Firehouse Subs, all those donations that they make to firefighters everywhere and first responders. It's big for my family because my family's filled with a bunch of them. So just cool. So.
Yeah. Hey, Marty, one more thing. My wife's watching also, so before I get in the doghouse, thank my wife and family too, and thank you, Marty, for taking this and broadcasting for us, and Mark's coaching everyone there for putting on the league.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. Jeremy, I'll tell you this. I know Austin very well through XCal Racing, so congratulations, guys. Enjoy this top 3.
Thanks, Marty.
Thank you.
So that will do it for us. Let's show you the unofficial results. Anowski top 3 with Isley, McCarthy, and Edwards. Josh Aaron 4th. Tough break for Justin Diltz and James Miller. They were hoping the top 4 would run out of fuel to try and get the 1-2 finish. Your stage 1 winner, Alan Crowell, coming home in 7th. Cope 8th, Milliken 9th, and Jimmy Barr comes home in 10th. Last season's Daytona 300 winner Mark Sikozy. That's a tough break for him to come home in 17th after being involved in that wreck. Let's show you the rest of the field here on your screen. Next week, we go to Lucas Oil Raceway, IRP, the IRP 200, and we will begin at 8:45 p.m. on the East Coast. That will do it for all of us here. On behalf of everyone at the National Sim Racing League, everyone a part of it, the main guy in charge, Mark Sikozy, Marty Sakala signing off. Congratulations to Tyler Isley as he wins the Daytona 300. Goodbye, everyone.